Good morning, everyone. I, Bhumika Jain, on behalf of NAN and Vadwani Foundation, would like to welcome you all for the result announcement and debriefing webinar of SmartE The Apprentice Challenge 3 in association with RangRage. NAN brings SmartE The Apprentice Challenge, powered by First Advantage, a nationwide challenge for aspiring entrepreneurs teaching the nuances of venture creation through experiential learning by undertaking live projects from corporates and startups. The theme of SmartE Challenge 3 was to build a brand. Today we are here to discuss about the importance of branding and best practices in the industry by our expert Mr. Gagan Jain, CEO RangRage, and Mr. Shankey Bansal, COO RangRage. Mr. Gagan Jain, CEO RangRage, has played an important role in setting up operations for MoneySaver, now Snapdeal, and also worked with companies like Landmark Group, The Times Group, and Globus. He holds postgraduate diploma in marketing management. His experience in retail operations, business development, distribution and marketing is diverse industries across domestic and international locations is a vital link for RangRage. RangRage is world's first hand-painted lifestyle brand which gives wearable art a new definition in itself. Covering over 30 categories of products, the brand has its presence in countries like Dubai, Canada, India, Singapore, etc. His book, The Startup Diaries, covers the exhaustive journey of six young entrepreneurs: Redbus, 197, EKO, The Loot, Yo China, Colosseum Media, whose achievements by any yardstick make the most inspiring stories for today's generation, of those who are passionate, persistent, and resilient. The book gives a realistic picture of how the new age startups are being built in India. From conceiving the idea to executing it, from committing mistakes to achieving laurels, from receiving funding to incurring losses, from approaching first customer to building the brand. This book has covered every significant incident in each entrepreneur's life. It also throws light on the prevailing ecosystem in this country to support and promote entrepreneurship. Mr. Shankey Bansal, COO RangRage, holds a PGDM in HR from International Management Institute, New Delhi, a PCMM certified consultant from QAI, and a Bachelor's of Engineering in Computer Science from RGPV, Bhopal. He is a serial entrepreneur and owns businesses in fields of education, manufacturing, IT, ITES, consulting, marketing, and exports. He has worked with Vedanta Group, a public limited company, in the capacity of association manager HR and performed various roles with Bharat Aluminium Company and Hindustan Zinc Limited. At RangRage, Mr. Shankey keyholds the marketing technology and branding. Welcome, Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey. Before we start the session, here are a few reminders for the audience. You will all be on mute. You may ask a question by typing in the panel provided, or if you wish to speak to the speaker directly, then you may click on the raise hand button. You will be provided the audio access only when Q&A session will begin towards the end of the session. Kindly maintain a list of attendees of the session and share with us. Also, please ensure to share the feedback of the session with us once the webinar is over. Over to Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey.
Uh, Hi everyone, my name is Gagan. Bhumika has already given a long introduction. So, first of all, congratulations to all of you. Some of the ideas were really brilliant. Some of average and some of are bad. Okay, so I'll be blunt and honest because I believe this event is very critical to your learning and you should get direct feedback. Uh, I'll start the discussion with one line I wrote in the book, and which really goes very well with our brand. So this is the founder of Paytm. It is his story, and it starts with मैं गरीब हूँ and मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ. पर सच तो ये है कि तुम भी मुझसे प्यार करते हो, क्योंकि तुम मुझसे प्यार करते हो इसलिए तुम मुझे अलग नहीं होने देते. These lines are very relevant for for our country, because हम लोग अपने आप को हमेशा अंडरडॉग की तरफ प्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं, और यही सबसे बड़ा रीजन है कि हमारे यहाँ सिंपैथी ड्रिवन ब्रांड तो बनते हैं, प्रीमियम ब्रांड्स नहीं बनते. You think about, you can figure out one single premium brand coming out of India. Our entire fight is done either on pricing or putting ourselves to under, from an underdog position, or from a so we never command that premium position in the market, and that is where RangRage wants to break that mold. And for us, the biggest challenge was when we tell everyone that we are hand painted lifestyle brand, we are immediately associated as a handicraft brand. दिल्ली हाट में जो हैंडीक्राफ्ट मूव होता है, या आप जब किसी मेले में जाते हैं जो, तो वो मिट्टी के बर्तन देखते हैं, हमें इमीडिएटली वहां पे परसीव्ड वैल्यू में पोजीशन कर दिया जाता है. यहां पर इस तरह की पोजीशनिंग की ट्रेजेडी ये है कि we have a sympathy towards artist, we don't appreciate the hard work put in. Sympathy के साथ challenge है, I'll not mind if sympathy brings repeated business, maybe that is also positioning people can take, but sympathy, how many times सहानुभूति पे आप प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे, अरे उसने बहुत मेहनत की होगी तो एक बार ले लेते हैं, बट क्या आप वो प्रोडक्ट बार बार लेंगे? To buy, to get into a repeat purchase mode, or make your brand, because so buy it repeated, the product quality has to be really good, the story has to be really strong, and it cannot be a story driven by sympathy, it has to be driven by the effort and appreciation. When we wanted to build a brand, we were very keenly, or trying, right now also we are trying really hard to create a positioning which is premium, which appreciates the effort of a painter, not कि उसके घर में ये प्रॉब्लम थी, उसने ये पेंट किया तो आप उसको सपोर्ट कर दो. अरे आप सपोर्ट कैसे कर सकते हो किसी आर्टिस्ट को? उसने इतनी मेहनत की है, उसने जो प्रोडक्ट बनाया है वो अपने आप में एक बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, बट as a country we always start with the underdog positioning, and that is what the real challenge we faced. When we threw this challenge, we always knew that there will be some level of limitation in case of maybe you guys will not have a very high quality camera, maybe you guys will not have access to very good looking models. So our entire thought was that anybody who can bring out a right concept is what we were expecting. Some concepts were brilliant, and some of them were really trashing, really bad, because they were again celebrating the poorness of our artist. That is exactly we don't want, and I would request all of you, when you guys start your own startup, you want to become entrepreneur, don't get into this underdog mode, don't get into this sympathy mode. This will not take you very far. Eventually, any premium brand can only become premium when people love to hold it. लोग अरमानी इसलिए खरीदते हैं क्योंकि अरमानी पहनने के बाद there is a premiumness which comes in, there is exclusiveness which comes in. So if you want to make a good brand, you need to generate the curiosity, or you need to tell that story in a very in a very strong way. So when we started building, and it is not it is not the problem only you guys have faced, और कुछ वीडियोस वैसे बने, हमने भी ये लर्निंग काफी हार्ड, एक पूरी साइकिल होने के बाद हमें रियलाइज हुआ कि ये सेलिब्रेशन ऑफ आर्ट होना चाहिए, सेलिब्रेशन ऑफ आर्टिस्ट की के स्ट्रगल्स नहीं होना चाहिए. सो व्हाट वी initially what RangRage did is we brought all the artists, we started training them, and initially we were painting whatever they were painting. We were not focusing on the designs. Okay, so the idea was let whatever art is available in the market, let's use that. Eventually we realized that a premium brand has to have their own philosophy in designing, in the conduct of positioning. and hence we started moving from the sympathy part and getting into the premium positioning part. So now, and there is one more reason where we were facing challenge. As soon as you say hand painting, branded as a very traditional or ethnic brand. There are a lot of players who do hand painted saris. There are a lot of players who do hand painted scarves. There are not many players who do hand painted denim. The reason we opted for denim, or we opted for a t-shirt, because we wanted to be a very Western brand which has an appeal to a global audience. We have not reached there. We are in the process of it. RangRage is a very young brand. It is only 2-year brand. It has to go through its own struggle, learning, and various phases, which we are doing. But idea is that we are not ethnic. We are not handicraft. We are an art brand. We are a premium lifestyle brand. And that's the reason the product categories are so different than a typical handicraft player. So gradually we started building, we started moving into the direction. This challenge was very exciting experience for us as well. It has opened and it has given us a lot of new ideas on how to move ahead in the picture. But let's go to the brief we have given to you guys. Okay, so brief was major offering, hand painted apparels and accessories. Position is niche category, bridge to luxury, target audience is 23 to 46. So now when you want to make a, so this is your brief, and you want to work like an advertising guy, you want to work for a brand. So there were people who were focusing on hand painted apparels, there were people who were focusing on accessories. But I would like to tell that there are very few people who try to position it as a niche business or as a bridge to luxury brand. This bridge to luxury is a very strong keyword, because again, good percentage of people were focusing on the struggle of artists. You can never build a global brand by the struggle of the people. Can you buy a scooter because somebody in the assembly line is working with working in a very tough environment? There is no AC working in. Is that the reason to buy a scooter, or the reason is that the scooter gives you better mileage, better speed, better performance? So the trigger for a brand to work or a positioning to be established is the product and not the struggle behind people. Nobody gives a damn about it. When you become entrepreneur, please make sure, and please understand this is very critical, that your audience will never buy a product because you work hard. You work hard because you are supposed to work hard, right? So if you work 24 hours and you want somebody to buy a very bad product because you have worked 24 hours, I am sorry my friends, this will not happen. It will only happen because you are making a good product. So most of the videos were not talking about bridge to luxury, and that is where the gap was. Another thing is target audience 23 to 40. So now, if you club these two things, bridge to luxury and 23 to 46, what is the target audience you are getting? People who are working in IT industry, who have probably a disposable income of 1 lakh rupee plus. Bridge to luxury product cannot be bought by a person who is making 10,000 bucks a month, right? So 1 lakh rupee plus is a disposable income. If that is the case, then you are talking to software professionals sitting in Bombay, Bangalore, urban market. They are highly educated. They probably, most of them have traveled outside India at least once, and they have a global exposure. So when you are targeting or you are working towards creating a brand to reach them, the ad has to communicate, which was not happening in most of the cases. So there was certain element which we were missing because we have not thought through about the target audience or the positioning. You have missed this brief about the brand. People who have done it are actually they are the winners in the competition, which we will let you know a bit later. Technical requirement from the for the video. So we wanted a RangRage logo. Most of you have used it. No other name or logo mentioned, which was not the case. Uh, there were people who were using Potune, so there was a Potune logo visible. There were people who were using some other videos. They mixed the videos, and the logo of T series was available. Logo of other videos was available. So think about it. When you are building a brand as an entrepreneur, which you will at some point of time, I hope in near future, you will not would like to associate your brand with any other brand so early in age. Especially, it has to be very exclusive. So we were, we mixed it. Should be of good quality, preferably HD. I understand the limitations here. Maybe HD camera is not available and all, but I think here most of you have done a fair job. The product quality what we have received is a decent quality product, which we will which we will refine and rework on the concepts, and we will share with you guys whenever that will happen. Uh, we uh, and now and before this, before we announce the product, announce the winners, I'll tell you a small story how RangRage started, uh, and I hope all of you will start your own venture in with one simple trigger. So I was heading a fashion brand in Oman called Splash, which competes with Zara's and H&M's of the world. And in one of my study tour, I was wearing a hand-painted denim at Eiffel Tower in Paris, and everybody was looking at me. See, I know for the fact that I'm not really good looking, so people are not looking at me for sure. They were looking for denim, and it was really a very differentiated product. Around 2-3,000 people on Eiffel Tower were looking at an Indian. That's a very proud feeling to have, to say the least. Immediately I called my wife and told that your denim is a super hit and people are appreciating it. And you also need to appreciate the fact that Paris is a fashion capital. So people giving a look to a product in fashion, it means it has see there is a far evolved audience from a fashion perspective. If they are appreciating a product, that product must have very strong point. And they were not appreciating that product because of it has been painted by some struggling housewife in Oman. They did like the design, right? They were not aware about the story. So that triggered us to build a brand. That was one eureka moment, and I hope that eureka moment will come in your life as well. So this is very small story, but I request all of you to understand this very critical point. We as a country is not supposed to be underdog country anymore. How long we can keep calling ourselves as a developing nation? At some point, and how that will change? It is not about political agenda I am putting here, but everything will change with our conduct. If we have lot many premium brands, we can call ourselves as we have arrived. All of us have to work from a leader's position and not from an underdog position. We are no more underdogs, we are leaders, and our conduct has to be like that. Our communication has to be like that. So we need to change our way of thinking, get into more, see, and also if you really want to make money, you need to target audience, you need to target the audience which actually have a lot of money. Bridge to luxury is a segment where Indians can actually build. Our handicraft, our art has a brilliant, brilliant universal global appeal. But in last few years, Indonesian art or a Cambodian art is, affecting the businesses of all Rajasthani handicraft because they are far better packaged, they are far better branded, and their conduct is very upmarket and premium. And the entire global handicraft market is moving towards those places, those countries. We need to change the game. We need to build local brands, premium brands in our country. RangRage is one such action. There are many people working in the same line. I hope some of you also get into it. But again, the question is, why we should build a brand from an underdog position. We need to build a brand from a premium position. We need to be, in fact, to build a premium brand, we need to have a tint of arrogance. A brand has to speak that, not everybody can afford it. Then only it will become a premium brand. If you see Kingfisher, other than their operational inefficiencies, Vijay Mallya used to talk when you get into a Kingfisher plane. He will say, my crew will take care of you and all that. And even after that, if you have problem, write it to me. He will say, write it to me. He will not say, please write it to me. That single removal of word please actually have a lot of tint of arrogance in it, right? But that is the positioning a premium brand has to take. It has to tell more number of people you can't afford me than tell people that you can afford me. Otherwise, if everybody is using the same product, it will never become a premium. A premium brand never, it cannot be bought by each and every one. So all our conduct, all our positioning, all our communication has to communicate this part, which some of you missed. So these were some of my observations. I think now Shankey will tell you about his uh, thought process. Over to you.
Hi everybody. Gagan has covered majority part of what was required out of the video and what went missing in the video as well. I would just want to highlight and emphasize more on the the way we wanted the videos to happen and why making something premium is very important. So when you talk of a bridge to luxury brand or any premium brand, it is very important to understand who the audience of that brand will be. And that is why the targeting was mentioned. So when you understand who the audience will be, you will make sure that you will use the language, you will use the background, you will use the thought process that fits the kind of people that it is targeting to. So when the video was done, it was very important to see who the people presenting the video or who the actors were, the kind of locations that you used in the video, the way the product was placed or the way it was used inside the video. That was very important. It was also important to understand the core or the soul of the brand. For a very small example, I would say that if it is hand painted, the amount of effort required or that adds to the premiumness of the product could have been brought in the video. Not from the sympathy point of view, but from a point which says that somebody who is using a product which has taken a lot of time to get it into their hands is actually a very premium product. So that kind of a story was not present in most of them. Secondly, I will give you a very small example and which is very close to what you have been doing and what you see around. A Mercedes or an Apple iPhone, they are known for the brand they are. Hardly 20% of people would talk about the kind of specifications that go in a BMW or a Merc or a Apple iPhone. They have created a brand and now the brand sells. These specifications comes later. I do understand for a premium brand to maintain its positioning, they have to work hard on the quality. But once the brand is made, it is the brand that sells. So whenever we are moving towards becoming a premium brand, we should always make sure that our conduct is like a premium brand. As Gagan also mentioned, the arrogance. So the way we talk, the way we behave, the way we position our products, they should be in sync with the kind of positioning we want to create for the brand as well as the products and the people who are using it. So one, if there is a person who is a RangRage customer, he should be able to flaunt the product. So that is where the entire story of a bridge to luxury or a premium brand goes. I think that's enough from our side, and I'll just hand it over to Bhumika to take it forward.
Thank you, Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey. So now it's time to announce the results, guys. Second runners up is Team Shersha from IMI New Delhi. First runners up, Team Technoids from Dronacharya College of Engineering, Goregaon. And the winners are Team Hopla from Graphic Era University, Dehradun. So would like to ask Mr. Shankey, congratulations all teams. I'm sure the rest of you all were great, but these guys took it forward this time. Lord, more Smarties awaiting you guys. You can win the next challenges. Would like to ask Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey if you guys want to highlight as to why these three guys are the winners and what is different in their videos compared to the videos that we have got from our other participants.
Okay, so as we explained that when we were throwing this challenge to you guys, we knew that there are a lot of limitation in terms of maybe the camera, maybe the crew, maybe the models, maybe the location and everything. So we have discounted that part. Our major focus was largely on the concept. So so Sher Shah from IMI, they have not used any model. Okay, they have not used any location. It was completely graphically done work. But the best part is they actually gave a character for the. We may use it, we may not use it, but that at least triggered a thought in our mind that RangRage stands for a personality. That concept was brilliant, and I think they were very smart people who have used their weakness to their advantage. When they knew that we probably will not have the best of the location which can suit a premium brand, let's make a premium graphically driven video. So the entire thought process was very good, and it was done very neatly. I request all of you to see that video if from for the where you can find all these videos. Techoid from Bombay. I think it was a lot of the video was very courageous because it was talking about the celebration at India Gate, and the attitude was by the model was very good. It actually present the rage part of it. We may not agree with the complete positioning that RangRage is going to take, but I will still appreciate the effort of going out, dancing in a full public view and doing the entire production and video quality was brilliant. And as soon as you do a live video cut and the way product has been shown was also very neatly done. So that was the strength of their video. But guys from Dehradun, you guys were really awesome because the concept was brilliant. I'll point out certain mistakes which you guys did because that will help you improve. You used an old logo of RangRage. That was a big blunder. Another big blunder was that you used hand printed instead of hand painted. But I still have to discount all these mistakes because the concept was brilliant. The entire black and white to the holy theme, and from black and white to the transition to bring colors, it was very neatly done. Even the model used were good looking. The kid who was there was very innocent, and the entire presentation was neatly done. So you guys have done really good, and I can understand it took a lot of hard work, thought process to bring the entire story in a 1-minute video. In that sense, all of you, people who won and people who have not won, most of you have done a good job. Some of you have done a really bad job. I hope that you improve in your next challenge. But this is what my thoughts are.
Yeah, I think first of all, congratulations to all the winners, and great work for everybody who's put in time and taken out efforts to make these videos and part in the competition. Gagan rightly pointed out the good points and the bad points. My take will always be that when I was a student as well, we used to be very worried about the maths problems, my professor used to tell me one thing, that read the question really well, understand and write down what is given, what is to be proved, and only then start the proof or the solution to it. So it is very important to understand the brief, to understand the positioning, and imagine what is being required as an output. So once you have all those pictures in place, it will become really easy for you to finally give out what is required out of you. So not taking much of the time here, congratulations to all the winners, and everybody else. Make sure that you understand what is required and try and put in your best efforts to bring it out. We hope that you all in your near future also would take these uh, as learning experiences, and make sure that wherever and whichever walks of your life you take the best out of whatever you've learned. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, can we just quickly play the top three videos so that our participants also know about they can get a complete deeper understanding of the thoughts and experiences that you have shared with them. So we'll just take about 5 minutes and show the participants all the three videos. Yeah. First video we are
Okay.
going, yeah. First video we are going ahead with is Team Hoopla from Graphic Era University. What are you doing? So, guys, we are going ahead and playing the first video.
RangRage, world's first hand-printed lifestyle brand. Colors that inspire.
The next video that we are playing is first runners up Team Technoids from Dronacharya College of Engineering, Goregaon.
Life is too short to be boring. It's a revolution.
And the next one is by second runners up Team Shersha from IMI, New Delhi. So let us just see if we have some questions from the audience. So, okay, there's only one question that I see here from the audience, and they would want to know who is the winner from Dronacharya College of Engineering. It is, we will share the names with you. It's Team Technoids, though. And so we have questions around how did Team Shesha make this video from IMI. So Aditya, we would connect you to the team and you can take this offline and talk to them. Any more questions from the audience? Okay, guys, then if you guys have any questions and would like to reach out to us, please write at SmartE2015 at nenglobal.org. Okay, we will take in your questions and share it with the team RangRage so that we can come back with answers that you have. Please think over of all the points that these guys have shared with you, and if you have any questions, feel free to write. We would like to thank Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey for giving us a deeper understanding and sharing their insights on this whole challenge. I'm sure this has been a great help for our participants, and in their future endeavors, they have taken some key points out of your session and would incorporate this in the upcoming videos or advertisements branding that they do. Would like to thank all the participants for being really interactive here, being really patient enough and listening to our experts. Looking forward to see more participation from you guys. And we will be launching our next SmartE tomorrow. Kindly check your mails and participate at the earliest, guys. We will roll out the competition by tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, once again. Thank you, Mr. Gagan and Mr. Shankey.
Thank you, Bhumika, and have a great day, everybody.